Now to a story that we had and featured highly last night. It generated a lot of feedback. BP's fuel pricing tactics on the Kapiti coast. It's outraged motorists. It was losing sales in Ōtaki, where prices were 20 cents a litre higher than nearby towns. But rather than make Ōtaki fuel cheaper, an internal email leaked to Stuff and made public yesterday revealed it planned to hike prices in the other towns, hoping other companies would follow its lead. But what's going on elsewhere in the country? We sent today our regional reporters in Nelson, New Plymouth and Whangarei on a mission to drive 40 kilometres, the same distance from Paraparaumu to Levin, to look at the difference in petrol prices. Our Taranaki reporter Robin Martin collated this report.
The traditional starting point for many a Taranaki road trip is the BP on Powderham, so that's where I headed first, and as you'll hear, I needed to.
Yeah, well, before we can start this mission out towards the south of New Plymouth, driving down State Highway 3 towards Wellington, we actually need some gas. So we've pulled over at the BP on Powderham, and looks like there's a pretty good deal going here today. It's $1.92.9, so $1.93 a litre, and diesel is 122.9, so 123. So time to tank up. How you doing? Pump 6, thanks.
Oh yeah?
With RNZ's bank balance just that little bit lighter, it was time to hit the road.
Okay, so we've just pulled up at the intersection of Courtney Street and Elliott Street. That's the lead on to the main drag out of town towards Whanganui, State Highway 3, and we're parked at the lights across from the Caltex. 194.9, so 195 a litre for 91. Pulling round now onto Elliott Street, State Highway 3. On our right is the mobile station, 196.9 for 91, and talk to you soon. We've just pulled up at the rural fuel gas station at Egmont Village, about 6 or 7 kilometres to the south of New Plymouth. Today we've got regular 91 at 201.9, so 202 per litre, and next stop Inglewood, if I'm correct.
Z had 91 at $1.97.9 a litre in New Plymouth, but not so down south a touch.
Okay, just cruising through Inglewood now, sometimes known as Inglemud round here. 91, $2.01 or $2.02, and $1.30.9 for diesel.
Stratford, as it likes to remind you, is in the heart of Taranaki, and there's a wee price to pay for that privilege.
Ooh, snippy here. We've just pulled up in Stratford. First gas station at Stratford is a Caltex, and a regular 91 here is selling for $1.99.9 or $2 a litre. I can see a Z station just up the road, so we'll jump back in the car and go and take a look at what they're doing.
But what I found instead was a competitively priced Allied Petroleum station.
Okay, here we are at the southern end of Stratford at the Allied 24/7 fuel stop, which is selling 91 octane at $1.95.5. And I'll just turn back round. There's the Z station I spoke about earlier, and I believe there's also another rural stop, and that'll be us, and then we'll head back into New Plymouth, which is about half an hour away from here.
Z and rural fuel in Stratty checked in at $2.01.9, but there was an obvious omission in my survey that needed resolving.
So we're back in the city now in New Plymouth, and no petrol price comparison piece would really be complete without checking in at Gull. So we've stopped at the Gull on Leach Street, where they're selling 91 at 192.7. So they come out top of the pile just sneaking in ahead of the BP where we tanked up about an hour or so ago.
Our Nelson reporter Tracy Neal also took to the roads, filling up first at the BP at Haven Road for a pretty steep $2.17.9 a litre for 91 octane.
I'm on my way now through Richmond and on to Motueka to see what the difference is 10k, 50k out of Nelson City.
Bragging about the weather, it was then off to Tahuna.
So I'm currently driving through Tahunanui, just past the beach. It's a beautiful day. I'm now approaching the mobile service station here, where the price is exactly the same. $2.17.9 for 91 octane.
They're a consistent bunch down south.
Now coming through the Richmond traffic lights, all 3 sets of them. So NPD has exactly the same price, $2.17.9 a litre for 91 octane, and just on my right we've got Z Energy, and exactly the same again, $2.17.9 a litre for 91 octane fuel.
Not so, say independent suppliers Nelson Petroleum Distributors in Motueka.
So I'm now on High Street, Motueka, just under 50 kilometres west of Nelson, and I'm outside NPD self-serve station, that's Nelson Petroleum Distributors, and they're loudly declaring discount fuel, and of course it is, because here it's just over $2 a litre, so that's cheaper than in Nelson or Richmond.
Z and BP in Motueka pipped Nelson by a solitary cent at $2.16.9 per litre. In the winterless north, our reporter Lois Williams checked out BP stations in and north of Whangarei.
Okay, so I'm coming up here to the BP service station on Riverside Drive in Whangarei, and their prices today, just looking at their big sign here, unleaded 91, $2.01.9. Now this is a service station that's on the way out to Whangarei Head, so if you forgot to get gas in town, you'd probably stop here.
But you'll save a few cents a few kilometres north of Whangarei.
Okay, first stop out of Whangarei, and we are at the Kōrei BP service station on State Highway 1, and the price here for 91 appears to be $2.13.1. So $2.13.
At Gasoline Alley, which BP supplies, and where there's evidently no need for a sign, it's cheaper still.
This is the Towai gas station and convenience store. I quite often fill up here on the way north. I've got to ask them what they're charging. Good morning, I'm from Radio New Zealand. We're just having a look at fuel prices around the district, and I'm wondering what you're charging at the moment for 91.
1 second. So what are we charging at the moment?
Yes.
I think it'll be, 1 second I can check, it's about $2.06 I think. Yeah. How much is the back there?
$2.13 back at Kōrei.
Oh, the BP.
Yeah, back at the BP.
Yeah, we got 2.06 here.
$2.06?
Yeah.
Well, you're cheaper than the BP. So who do you get your fuel from?
From BP.
From BP?
Yeah.
BP's Moirewa station says it would be charging $2.06 for 91 if it had any, but it's emptied its tanks as it waits for replacements. Further north, the chap who answered the phone at BP Kaio says he didn't know what they were charging today. While in the far north, BP Awanui is charging $2.06 for 91. So what does it all mean? Follow the old consumer adage and shop around. Mō te hōtaka o te ahiahi, ko Robin Martin aho.